Good afternoon, everyone. Jason here. Today is August 10th, and I wanted to go through an NQ trade that we took here in the day trading chat room off of our market maker levels. We'll spend a couple minutes talking about that, but if I can focus your attention on the top right corner, you'll see that we had a very good day in here. We had a nice ES trade, and we had a very good NQ trade. Now, the trade that I'm going to show you today, we were down ticks, and I want you to focus in on the P&L at the beginning of that trade, and you'll notice that we were down ticks on the NQ going into that trade, and then, of course, this trade gets you positive, and then we took another trade right after that to get us to where you'll see the final P&L numbers. But the trade that I really want you to focus in on today is this one that we took off our market maker level and our RTH target. And so the market, I actually get stopped out on this push down here. The market was fairly aggressive short. I tried to find support here. We had some liquidity here that was stacking up around this level, and I looked to get short here, and it ended up taking me out. And so what we did is we waited for the pullback into this level, and it's kind of hard to see on these big 5-minute bars, but we waited for the pullback into this level here, and that's what you're actually going to see me get in. And then the market, of course, ended up going down here and selling to the downside. Now, we look to have a target here on your overnight structure point, which is this, we looked a little bit deeper, actually. We were trying to reach down into this ETH, or your overnight structure point target levels, and we actually only ended up getting here, and I get stopped out on the pullback on a bounce off of this level, and that was okay. It ended up being I think it ended up being a $1,490 two-lot NQ trade, about 2.5 to 1 reward to risk ratio. If you look here at the overnight structure points, again, in retrospect, it's pretty clear to see that we did rotate around the VWAP and our ETH structure point. We came down into the mid and then ultimately into this signal. And the way that we look at the world is we say that if the market cannot make it to the level below, then the idea is that it makes it up to the level above. And the same thing happened here. Pushes up into the volume weighted average price, comes down into the ETH signal, couldn't get to the level below, and so the expectation is that it's going to try to rally into this ETH mid-level. So again, levels giving you very good structure points here on the day. Now, early in the morning session here, we did get long. Market opens up, pulls back, comes back into this RTH signal on the ES, and this is where we ended up getting long. Now, we were looking to target up to this 34.5. In fact, we were talking about potentially targeting all the way up to 440, and it was on, we ended up getting 4 points here off of 28.75 here, and so 32.75 would have been right in this area. So I believe what happened here, if I'm not mistaken, on the ES trade is it rallies here, pulls back just enough to stop me out, and then goes another 6 points. Now, I don't know if we would have gotten all of that, but again, your structure points giving you very clean entry locations. And then you had the big sell-off, right? The market comes down, finds support briefly at the RTH target, rallies, and then comes all the way back into, rotates a little bit around the structure point there, and then comes down into this RTH mid where it stops and then finds its way all the way back up again. And so again, market maker levels giving you some very clean locations today, and we took advantage of those on both the ES and the NQ. So the trade that I'm going to show you today is the short off of this RTH target level here. So we ended up getting short on a pullback into this level, and then we used our overnight structure points to kind of assist us with that trade. And one of the reasons why I like to show you these videos is because I get asked quite a bit is how do you hold on, and how do you know to be able to hold on to these bigger targets? And I get these kinds of questions all the time. And one of the ways that we can withstand having some losing trades is we have these very high reward to risk ratio type trades, which you saw here today, which I'll show you on the video. Again, we're going to get in at the market maker level. I think the trade itself lasted about 15 minutes total. I'm going to cut the trade into pieces. I'm going to speed up the tape, put some music behind it, let you see where we get in, show you how we manage that trade, and then you'll be able to see the exit point. Now, the total for the day is going to be a little bit different than what you see up here. We did have another winning trade up here after that $1,490 NQ trade, but that's the one that I really want to show you today. so that you can see the reward to risk ratio that we employ here on a day in and day out basis. So with all that being said, I'm going to let you watch the OTG trade of the day. Right on top of this RTH target, I'm going to try to put in, see if I can get short here. And there's a fill on one lot. Both lots filled here. All right, we're going to look to target. The top of the green zone is 53.25 here. The middle of the green zone's 41. So we're going to bring this to 41 here.
Where this is going, like what you're doing. So let